Have you ever gotten something for free and then you didn't know what to do with it? That was kind of my situation with this. I went to the local interior design store and asked them if they had any wallpaper samples, and I just kind of threw in our upholstery samples. And they called me in a day or two, and I got 7 of this size and 3 more that are about twice this wide. And I really didn't know what I was going to do with these little narrow pieces. But when I saw Meg of Chasing Retro making fabric tags, I thought, that's what I'll do. What I did to cut the pieces out, I just took my craft knife and just held this up as far as I could and just cut across here with pretty good pressure about 2 or 3 times. And then it came out. There might be a few strands on the edge that were still connected, but it came out pretty easily. And I was left with pieces of fabric about this size. I cut these down already. This is an 8.5 by 11 card that I'm going to glue them to. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut 4 inches off the top and then cut this piece in half so that I can glue these together. And this one, the green one, is a longer tag than the 2 blue ones. And I'm just going to real quick mark this because my cutter that I'm going to use, it doesn't have a very good ruler on it. Okay, 4 1/4 is right there. I think I'm just going to cut that just slightly inside of 4 inches. Okay, that's that one. And then this one I'm going to cut in half, which is 4 1/4, which is kind of a fat tag, but you know, that's okay. It could be, you could call it a journaling card if you wanted to. All right, so now we've got our paper here. I'm going to turn them over and put these rougher edges underneath the fabric and use the top side for the back. I'm going to use Elmer's Craft Bond Extra Strength Glue Stick and just glue them down, but I'm going to also go around the edges with some Fabri-Tac just to make sure they stay. And let's see if I have a piece of paper I can put under there. Kind of keep the glue off my mat. I don't think I'll use up all 5 or all 7 of my sample books making tags, but I have plenty. I'm going to glue these down one at a time instead of gluing everything and then putting the fabric on the page because I'm afraid it will dry out. And hopefully I didn't miscalculate on the size of this, and I can get my fabric on here and not having glue sticking out beyond the fabric. We'll see. Move this off of here. I'm going to put this, I think I'll have better luck if I turn it sideways and put it down. I think it's going to go over the edge just slightly, so I'll just put it down like that. Okay, and I did have a little bit sticking up there, but hopefully that'll just dry. I can cut it off. Okay, that's the first one. I did a fair job of getting it on there evenly. Not perfect, but that's okay. All right. I think I'll speed the rest of this up to glue these because you don't really need to see me gluing. Maybe I could get 2 of these done. Put the glue, Fabri-Tac around the edge. Okay. This one, it had paper on the bottom of it, and it didn't all peel off. But I don't think that's gonna hurt. Let's see, what have I got here? This one is going to be just a little bit inside. Okay. All right, one more. This one also didn't peel off. The green one peeled off really well, but these two didn't do quite so well. Okay, here we go. All right. Glue needs to dry just a little bit. I'm going to bring this back over. See if I can rub that off. These are going to make heavier tags than normal because of the fabric weight, but I'm okay with that. I don't think it always has to be just the certain way that we think it should be. I thought this lace would be pretty on this one because it's a little bit heavier lace. I think I'll have that zigzag or that rickrack. What is that called? Zigzag. Sticking out below. And cut that off there. If you haven't been over to Meg's channel to see her playlist on her Ready, Set, Stash challenge, I'd encourage you to do that. She has some nice videos there from other people, and several people are participating in doing the challenges. Meg has prompts for the month of September, and she has various ideas of things to stash, which is kind of fun to have that to work with. Okay. This is a big card. And this one, I thought I would put the lace. I'm going to use this big wide lace. One of my friends gave me a whole bunch of lace that she bought I guess it was a box lot at a estate sale, and she didn't have any use for the lace, and so she knew I made journals, and she asked me if I wanted it. Okay. I'm going to glue this down, and then I'm going to trim it. I think that's the right side. And what I think I will do is I think I'll leave this as a tuck spot here. It may be a little bit fragile, but you could probably slide something in there like a card of some kind that was a little bit on the slit side. So I'm just going to I'm going to put the glue on here. See how far over I'm coming with that. Like that. I always get in a hurry when I'm making the video, and then I forget to say things, or I've not punched the hole in the card like I meant to do ahead of time. I don't think my hole punch will go through the fabric, so I may have to do something a little bit different there on that. Okay, let's see. I got it coming over to about there. Okay, I could turn this to the back, but I don't think that edge is that pretty, so I'm just going to cut it off. I think I'm not going to cut this with my good scissors. Use these scissors on it. And I don't want to get that glue on my good scissors. I think that looks pretty. I think I'm going to cut this one to the tag shape. This one, I might leave it like a big journal card. these decisions. This is just a junk mail card that we got, and I made corners on it so I could cut my corners on my tags. Oops, come on. All right, I'm going to move on because I want to show you what I'm going to do for this card. I'm thinking about using this one in my future boho journal. And I am going to make the boho journal someday. Someday soon, I hope. Oh, it's coming up already right there. I think it's because I didn't put the glue here. It's up at the top there. This one's one too. Okay. All right, I'm just going to cut that part off there that is ugly and hope I can get it sort of straight. Not too bad. Oops. I think I almost cut my finger that time. All right, we have our tag shape. And I'm not going to round the corners because I know that wouldn't work. What I'm going to do for this one is I'm going to put a pocket down here at the bottom out of this scrapbooking paper. I think I'm going to make it about that deep. That line right there should do. And right about there. See if I can cut this straight. Close enough. I saw this idea on, I think it was on Taperology website that sells junk journaling supplies and things. And they had this, it was a pocket, a layered pocket, and then it had this pocket at the bottom that had this design on it, or call it a design. They took some brads and punched some holes. I can punch holes with my awl. I'm going to put it about there, I think. And I think what I'll do is punch this one and just fold it lightly if I can, so I can have the same distance from the edge. Okay. And I think on this, I am going to round the corners. Whoops, messed that one up. Okay. This doesn't have a catcher on the bottom of it. I don't know if it was supposed to or not, but mine didn't have one. So I always end up with these little corners everywhere. Okay, so then they put brads through the holes. Like that. And I'm going to go ahead and flatten those out. And I may want to put a strip of paper across that to keep whatever I put in this pocket from catching on that. So I will do that and let that dry. Okay, I'm just going to cut this off slightly narrower. Like that. And I'm going to round the corners on this too so it'll fit up snug at the top. Okay. Turn it slightly so it doesn't stick out there. Okay, that's going to be all right. First, I'm going to see which one of these cords I like best. I think I like the thinner ones, and maybe the brown to go with that, kind of that color. I think that's what I'll use. This is Dollar General brand. And if I can find the end of it, there it is. Okay. I don't need very much. That's going to be plenty. So I'll just cut that off. And what they did is they tied it around the brads. Like that. Then I'm going to make the little deal I'm going to put on there. I just have these little things here. This is just a bulb pen, and I have this piece of fabric on it already that I'm going to embellish a little bit more. And this is the top of a Christmas ball ornament, and I was using the ball on some wreaths I was making one time, and I saved these because I thought, well, those are kind of neat, but I wasn't even making junk journals then, so I didn't know what I was going to use them for. But it turns out when you flatten them out, you end up with a pretty little medallion like that. So I'm going to put that on. Sit it this way, and then I was thinking about putting this maple leaf on here too. See how that looks. It's kind of too much the same color. I'm not sure I'm going to do that. I'm going to put some beads on this deal. And I'm going to use that and the blue and that one. Okay. And you can take this off because it's on a pin. I thought I would see how far down I want this to go before I put it on. I think I want it just about like that. See if I can get that up under that brad. There we go. And bring it down here and tie it this way. It's pretty good. Okay, and then this just pins onto the cord there as a little embellishment. And I'm going to trim this one off like that and glue this to the back to keep that from getting caught on that. Put lots of it on there. Oops. The glue sticks are always falling over. I need to bring it down just a little bit. Okay, I gotta get this glue off my fingers. Okay, now I'm just going to glue that on with some Fabri-Tac to the card. I'm going to put a pretty good amount on here because I don't want it falling off. You could add lace coming out from under the edge of it too if you wanted to do that. There are my 3, and this one would have something in it. Oh, here's a tag. Put that in there. Just a double tag look there. And this one would have something in the pocket. Maybe one of these scripture cards. Be still and know that I am God. I will be exalted among the nations. I will be exalted in the earth. Psalms 46:10. You could add something else behind that too if you wanted to put a little something in there, just a little extra card. I hope you enjoyed seeing my fabric tags and got some inspiration. Thanks so much for spending your time with me. I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye-bye.